Every new car that's launched in the Indian market boosts our ability to travel further, faster and safer. The perfect complement for that would be good roads. But very often it just feels like we are begging for them and getting nothing. But as we found out, in certain pockets, our prayers are being answered. This is the ORR, the Outer Ring Road, and it forms a beautiful 10-lane necklace all around Hyderabad, stretching for kilometers and kilometers. Given its scale, parts of the ORR are still under construction and yet to be officially opened. A road like that, once open to the public, probably wouldn't realize the scale of its magnificence for decades. So we decided to treat it just something special. The second generation Audi R8 is a special car. And this is the V10 Plus, which means it has the absolute everyday usability of the R8, but it packs in a bit more muscle for when you find the right road. It was basically a perfect match for this task. A car like the R8 V10 Plus and a road like that. You know where we're going with this, don't you? We're after speed. Sweet, unadulterated speed. The current record was set by Jamie Alguersuari in his Scuderia Toro Rosso Formula 1 car. It stands at 324.2 kilometers per hour. Obviously, we wanted to break it by a mile. And to do that, we needed calm hands, capable hands, which meant not me. I am passionate about driving and I think I'm a fairly good driver. So when I meet someone faster and younger, it's horrible. And when that younger and faster person is that much faster, it's enough reason to hate. But in the case of this young gun, Aditya Patel, I have nothing but respect. Aditya, you have the task of breaking the Indian top speed record. Tense, you're looking quite tense right now.
A little bit.
Yeah?
It's going to be a little tough.
This is your tense face?
This is my tense face.
Yeah. I thought so. That's, you get to know what kind of a guy he is, right? Now you are fairly familiar with the R8, aren't you?
Yeah, I raced the R8 in fact actually, and the racing car, the GT3 car that I drive, it shares 50% of its parts with this particular car. So inside my car feels like the office. This one has an air conditioner, that one doesn't. I guess that's pretty much the only difference.
But today your target is to go for top speed. Normally on a circuit, that's not really the objective, right? So is it going to be a new territory for you in that sense?
It is a new territory. I actually haven't really gone that fast. You know, on the circuit we do probably 270, 280 kilometers per hour. So to break the 300 barrier is going to be a task, and it's going to be interesting to see how it is.
So you do know this car fairly well. Have you helped it in some way to go faster in terms of the setup, or what? Have you done anything with the car?
Well, I do have a few tricks up my sleeve, judging by the road and everything. Ideally, I'd like to run almost everything in dynamic, but I'll use the individual drive select, and I'll run the suspension on comfort because the road's a bit uneven in places.
So you have done a track walk of sorts?
I used another car to go take a look.
Okay.
Before all of you got here.
Okay, fine. So he has the big task of breaking the Indian top speed record. So we wish you the best of luck, and let's see if he can break it by that much.
Thank you.
While Aditya had gained the skills over the years, the R8 had to be prepped for this task. Well, actually, it wasn't. It didn't need to be. All we did was saddle the R8 with lots of data logging equipment and cameras, and that was that. It needed fuel, and it was ready to go. We had auditors from E&Y to validate our record run. With that out of the way, the ever-ready duo got down to business. It was a hard and quick charge, and the number that flashed on the screen was heartening. But the V-Box had the true story, and it was verified by the good folks from ENY. And we had a new record, 332.2 kilometers per hour. Hormuz was thrilled.
So Aditya, early in the morning, crack of dawn, first shot, 332.2 kilometers an hour. Tell me about it.
To be frank, it's the first time I'm breaking the 300 kilometer per hour barrier, and I was
quite a
surprised.
margin.
By quite a margin, exactly. 330 is like 10% more. So I was quite surprised actually how easy it was to do it. The car was quite stable. It was fairly straightforward. I put my foot down, start to finish, and no worries, no problems whatsoever.
Just try and break it down, dissect it. I know, it goes very fast, but obviously up to about 200 Ks, it's fairly straightforward. Up to 300, I would imagine it's also straightforward. But after that, I'm sure every kilometer is kind of amplified. You feel everything. Tell me about the ride properly.
Well, 200 to 300 wasn't too tough for sure. 300 and above, yeah, it took a little while for it to creep up to 320 and then 330. But I was surprised how easily the car went through, even through the slightest of corners. And of course, our whole course being cordoned off, we had all the right equipment in place. So at least you had the confidence within you to keep your foot down.
Were you getting a sort of tunnel vision towards the end, or was it quite comfortable?
Not really actually, because it is really wide. It's just that a slight corner would seem like maybe a bigger corner, but again, with that much width, your 4 lanes, it's very easy. Just keep your foot down and cross the finish line. And I was, like I said, surprised.
Tell me about the bumps, the crosswind, because at that speed, you're very, very sensitive even to something like crosswinds.
Yeah, there are bumps and a little bit of crosswind, but as long as you've got your hands on the wheel, nicely weighted, keep your eyes on the road, it's fine. If you start to get distracted, for sure it'll catch you off guard, and then you'll start to move around, and then you get scared.
So you're making it sound really easy. Can I do it?
I think you can do it.
Okay.
As long as you keep your mind to it, for sure you'll be able to do it.
Okay, I'm going to give it a shot. This is unreal. It just pulls and pulls and pulls. Ooh, 300 in a flash. What a road.
So Hormuz, finally 332 kilometers per hour.
Yeah, I can't believe it. I just can't believe it. I mean, doing 332 or 331.9 to be exact, just unbelievable. You know, Aditya, what really blew my mind was, to be honest, how easy it was. That road was so wide open. Absolutely poker straight. You can just see everything around you. It's slightly elevated. It's got those Armco barriers. So I think as far as safety goes, I know that, we had covered all the bases. So I was really feeling good about that. Then it was just me, because I'll tell you one thing. Over 300, it's that absolute crazy tunnel vision. You're just looking absolutely straight. And even the white lines, they're like strobe lights just going choo 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 choo. It's like unbelievable. Just everything is just absolutely hurtling at you at a ridiculous pace. And what's amazing is how accessible the performance is. It was really quite well planted. Yeah, you do feel the wind and it does move about, but it's not edgy at all. But I'm just blown away. To do 332 kilometers on Indian soil makes us faster than the Formula One car of Jamie Alguersuari 2011 Indian Grand Prix. That was the aim, to really beat that speed and be the fastest on Indian soil. But I think honestly what came across for me, it was more than just the speed, is that speed really is relative. At the end of the day, when you have conditions like this, you have a car like this, it is really easy, and I think that's what really stood out for me.
When you have a closed environment, you don't realize how easy it is in a modern day car, and you actually feel safe. You don't feel like the car's going to go away from you. So the two of us were definitely surprised today.
Well, absolutely. It's more than just the top speed we've hit. I think what we've achieved is that you can be super safe at 300, and that's the takeaway for me.
Firstly, congratulations to Autocar. I think fantastic achievement, another record for you. Really pleased that you could do it in our car, and I think it shows what a wonderful rounded machine it is, that you can go all the way there over the speed breakers and then set such a fantastic record here in India.
So there I was, reporting enthusiastically from the sidelines with the newest members of the 200 mile per hour club. So that's 332.2 kilometers per hour achieved safely and comfortably in Audi's R8 V10 Plus on the ORR. That is history made. And you might ask, what's next? Well, for that, you'll just have to wait and see.